Welcome to the breakdown where we break down all the messed up movies. Welcome to the first day of Screepy Week, the last week of Spooktober that I gotta celebrate. Now the theme of today is ultimate despair, and I ain't talking about no video game references. I'm referring to a hopeless, bleak mood to start off the week. The film for that mood is called one of the bleakest films of all time, Lilya Forever. Lilya Forever is the story of a 15 to 16-year-old girl from an unnamed country, but everybody speaks Russian. Lilya has to survive on her own and must do whatever it takes to ensure a golden future. The film Girl Lost that we did is definitely inspired by this film, and also No Child of Mine is kind of like this movie too. This is a classic movie you will see on all of the disturbing film lists. Now remember, disturbing is not just torture porn or extreme horror movies. It's movies like this that make you also think about real life by putting us in the shoes of another. If you want to see what happens, including all the messed up parts, stay tuned for the breakdown. The movie starts out with a somewhat somber score before switching quickly to a hectic rock and roll song. A girl comes into the frame, running frantically as if she's trying to escape, and if there is nowhere left to go. It seems like she's running from someone. She then comes forward to a bridge and looks over the height and passing cars. Her worried face turns to one of, should I do this? We cut away quickly before we see what she was going to do. Now that's how you bring someone into a movie. Next, the intro credits take over, playing a song you might hear on GTA 4 or something. 3 months before what we seen in the beginning, in an undisclosed country that was once part of the Soviet Union, we are formally introduced to Lilya. Lilya packs this important painting up. A friend of Lilya comes, and Lilya tells her, in the happiest of moods, that she and her mom are moving to the United States. Her mom's boyfriend lives there, so they would live with him. She and her friend hit up the store to see if they can buy some ciggies for free. Damn, good luck breathing. She like, who needs lungs? They just pissed the cashier off, but she doesn't care. She's like, fuck you, I'm going to the States. Outside, Lilya explains her mom met a Russian man who lives in the US. She's very excited to come to America though, shouting it out for everybody to hear. She's jinxing herself though. Her mother and her mom's boyfriend tell Lilya that they will first go to the United States without her, and then Lilya can come later. She doesn't define later. A depressed Lilya unpacks her bags. Her mom, meanwhile, is in bed with the boyfriend, whispering that it'll just be the two of us. Lilya listens as her mom and the boyfriend have sex. The next morning, the mom gets ready to leave, but goes inside to say goodbye. Lilya gives the silent treatment, including a half-hearted hug goodbye before her mom exits. Lilya sits in thought after she leaves, and it takes 30 seconds for her to abandon her anger and run after her mom screaming, "Mama, don't go!" Honestly, it's quite sad to see. Like, we are barely 10 minutes into the film and I'm already about to cry. Probably because it hits close to home, but even if it didn't, it's sad. Plus, Lilya over here crying so loud that they can hear her in the United States. Lilya runs after and hits the stanky leg in the mud as a bothered mom is driving away. Well, to put just a little humor onto the scene, I like how almost every domesticated animal likes to smell us before walking away, like we stank or something. Back inside, she rips up a picture of her mom who left her behind, only to then put it back together. She is interrupted by her Aunt Anna, making her move into a smaller, recently inhabited apartment. She argues with her aunt about it, but ultimately is forced to pack her things and make her way to the apartment an old war vet died in. The next morning, Lilya arrives late to class, and the mean teacher rubs it into her face that she isn't in America. She hands back graded papers, sarcastically saying, "You have a golden future ahead." Lilya walks out telling her, "Go to hell, I will have a golden future." Later that night, a boy named Volodya, but I'll just call him Lil V, plays on the court alone. He did that the previous night too, and it doesn't seem like he likes to go home. He follows this group of boys who are friends with Lilya's friend, Natasha. Lilya and the group just party around. The boys for sure drink cough medicine like it's water though. Sure, it gets a little kissy in there, and Lil V was trying to take advantage of the mood, but overall, it's just a fun time. After everything settles down though, Lilya is crying. Everybody is soon kicked out by the aunt for making too much noise. Lil V goes home, but he is kicked out by his father, who screams in anger. He makes his way to a familiar bridge, looking towards the ground with suicidal intent. Lilya later leaves to look for him though, almost as if her spider sense tingled, and manages to get him to come down. He was sad, alright, you could hear it in his voice, but he wasn't overly distraught like we normally see someone about to kill themselves in films. Lil V asks to sleep on the couch since his father kicked him out. Despite being younger though, they basically get all cozy together, but in a friendly way. He says he did think about jumping, he didn't want to live anymore, but Lilya's interruption saved his life, and he says he's gonna save hers. The next day she goes to the store, but has to leave with a few less items cause she is broke. That definitely makes her angry, especially since her mother has not sent any money or even a single letter to communicate ever since getting to America. Sometime, probably during that little hangout, her friend told her about a quick way to make money. Seeing as how she put on makeup and the hair extensions, it seems clear on what she is doing to get that money. But it's not, trust me. They go to the club and dance around, seemingly to attract men, but nobody pays attention to Lilya, so she just sits ruining her lungs and waiting on her friend to get back. After, her friend dodges her questions of, how was it? What happened? So I'm guessing her friend is doing some kind of prostitution. The next morning, Lilya gets a visit from her friend. Her name is Natasha, I'm gonna keep saying that so I'll stop calling her friend. Natasha says, I came to give you the money back. I don't need it anymore. Well, we know Lilya never got any money, so it looks like her friend lied to her father here about the source of the money, saying she got it from her prostitute friend named Lilya. At school, Lilya is like, hey blood, hey what's up with all that money blood? She asked Natasha for an explanation on why she got some money out of nowhere. And these boys look at Lilya wrong as they walk away. Like I thought, Natasha lied about who really was the prostitute that night. But Natasha told her a whole little group of friends too. She continues to lie when Lilya tries to give the money back, saying, I don't need your money. And Lilya is called a whore by this ugly ass boyfriend. She throws the money away after running out. While sitting with Lil V, this group of boys bully her and call her names, but she does a good job ignoring them. She sits right there, writing Lilya forever on the bench. Why the hell are y'all so hostile? It must be a different time, different context, cause I know girls who fuck around for free and still wouldn't get told to slit their own throat. Lilya goes home, discovering that her electricity has been cut off. She has to find out how to make money and fast. She goes to her aunt's place for help, but her neighbor reveals her aunt moved. Where did she move? Well, she moved to the same big, nicer apartment that Lilya and her friend used to live in. Man, this female dog get on my damn nerves. She tells Lilya to do what your mother did, sell your body. She runs out after stealing some food and drink. Lil V spends the night again. It was his birthday today too, and Lilya promises to get him a present someday. Well, hopefully, cause she gets pissed at him after he fakes suicide just to get a kiss. After kicking his ass out, she decides she is gonna sell some of her stuff to make money. Damn, she out here looking like a hooper. But her low amount of things to buy only gets her ignored. Lil V comes to apologize, and she ditches her broke sale so that they can go hang out. They go to an abandoned military building called the Pentagon, not the United States one. It's a Soviet remains type of building. It's also where Lil V goes to sleep sometimes when he gets kicked out. Lilya and Lil V both have military fathers, except Lilya never knew her father, describing him as the man who just wanted to have sex with my mother. They soon run around the abandoned Soviet building, reaching Lil V's little room and sniffing glue together. In a glue high, they run around the rooftop of the building before getting their ass right back to laying down. Lil V talks about life after death and 100% believes that you will become an angel in paradise. Lilya is nauseous after the conversation and probably after the glue too, and leaves this place to go back home. is at the mailbox, where she discovers a letter asking for her to meet social services. At the social services place, a woman tells her that her mother has renounced her parenthood. Basically, she has given Lilya up. The letter her mom wrote to the social services calls Lilya an unwanted child. After hearing that, Lilya burns her mother's picture and memory from existence. No guardian, no way to feed herself or anything, Lilya turns to something she had no choice but to do: prostitution. She goes to the same hectic club looking for potential customers and finds a well-off man who brings her back to his apartment. After an initial nervous feeling, she later has sex with the man, only to run out after and starts throwing up. She has money now though, and happily gets some food and some lung killers with what she has earned. That's not all she got though. She also bought a basketball for Lil V's belated birthday. It's the best gift he's ever got too. She tells him she got the money from her mom though. Lilya still has to maintain and goes back to work. At the club, she flirts with someone, giving her the eye, only to get interrupted by Reed Richards. After, while she is walking home, the guy who is flirting with her, his name is Andre. Andre gets her attention, and we see that her last client was violent. He asks to drive her home, promising to be a normal guy. He does seem pretty nice and speaks like he doesn't want to just get in her pants, and all that makes her agree to go out on a date with him. This encounter is overheard by Lil V, who tells her all night and all morning that Andre is just trying to sleep with her. She needs a break though, and Andre takes her to an entertainment center. I used to work in a place like this. The excitement they share is just what she needed, and she even kisses him on the first date. After a few days, Andre asks and convinces Lilya to come to Sweden with him. He promises her a better life, and one that isn't boring. Later, while Lilya and Lil V are in the room, that group of boys breaks in, the ones that were bullying her. They hold Lil V back and strip Lilya and throw her clothes out the window to rape her. After they leave, Lilya tells Lil V that she won't leave him behind and wants him to come to Sweden with her and Andre. First, she has to ask him, but she is so head over heels for him that she can't even think about her surroundings. Lil V seems to see through the act Andre holds up, but Lilya believes he's just jealous. Ultimately, Lilya has to leave Lil V behind in a scene that looks similar to when Lilya's mom left her behind. I don't mess with this decision at all, Lilya. You just met this fool. It's so trash leaving him behind and not at least appearing more sad. She was unaware of how much Lil V really needed her. While she leaves for Sweden, Lil V, broken and left alone, decides to kill himself by swallowing a bunch of pills. A tenant tries to wake him up, unaware that he has already died. Lilya arrives in Sweden and is met by some business partner of Andre. He takes her passport and takes her to a fancy apartment building. Now she's in a better flat than she lived in at first, but it looks owned already and not used for a while. Most importantly, she puts up the guardian angel picture she loves, and we cut to a different realm of existence, one where Lil V is an angel, playing his favorite game on top of a roof. He is her guardian angel now. What I mean is he's watching over Lilya like a guardian angel. The next morning, Lilya is about to realize the real reason she is here. While taking a bath, Andre's business friend comes in. He then barges into the bathroom, and Lilya begs in English for him to stop. Turns out, Andre arranged for Lilya to be kept hostage by a pimp. She can't even leave the apartment and threatens to kill her if she escapes. He even says even if she manages to escape, she'll be sent back to her homeland by the police, and then they'll come kill her there. That's why he took her passport. Lilya is forced to be a prostitute again and is taken by the pimp to a client's home. For every client we see through her point of view. So I can't really show, but we probably can see these weirdos. You know, this happens a lot now too. Girls go to a different country to find better opportunities, only to get their passport taken and forced to be a prostitute. She's probably worse off than she was before. Angel Lil V takes it upon himself to visit her. They talk as if she knew he was dead. Overall, I'm guessing it's a special encounter for her. That's all I can really describe it as. He teleports her to the roof and gives her the whole world. She rejects this gift, finding the world pretty freaking whack. He regrets suicide and tries to convince her to love life, cause you only live once. Suddenly, she is awakened from her special encounter. Her pimp tells her to put on makeup, but she puts on makeup alright and cuts a lot of her hair out. After cleaning her up, he brings her to another client, one who forces her to pretend to be his daughter. After that, Lilya tries to run away, only to get caught and beaten by the pimp. Later that night, Angel Lil V wakes her up and shows her that the pimp forgot to lock the door. She sees this and decides to escape. Now, we are full circle back to the introduction of the film. We also know why she was running now. She was trying to not be found by the police and sent back to her homeland. Probably more than that too. She runs away like we saw in the beginning and finds the bridge overlooking a street. She climbs right over it to kill herself, which was what she was contemplating in the beginning, and Angel Lil V begs for her not to do it. She drowns him out though, and ultimately she jumps. She doesn't die instantly, and emergency services tries to resuscitate her. She eventually opens her eyes, where two alternatives take place. The first one shows her traveling back in time to before she went to Sweden, and she seems to live a good life, rejecting Andre's offer. The second alternative, or perhaps the true one, is her playing with Lil V on top of the abandoned Pentagon building. They both are angels. Wow, okay. So, this movie was pretty bleak. They call it one of the bleakest. Definitely an inspiration for the movie Girl Lost that we did. Now you are at the end of the movie and you realize that this isn't just some story. This movie is based on the real life of, and I'm sorry if I said this wrong, Danguele Rasilite. And if not her, this is happening to someone right now as you are watching this video. She died almost 20 years ago, and still we have this huge issue of human trafficking and slavery. And that's just mentioning the near end part of the movie, not the messed up things that happened before she left for Sweden. Now that we got through this film, let's talk about the most disturbing moment and most enjoyed moment, and that's spooky stuff. So I'm gonna get right into it. This film's so sad my head hurts. The most disturbed moment is hard to pick because every scene never seemed to peak in intensity. I'll name a top 3. I'll say when Lil V killed himself, seeing Lilya's realization of her life in Sweden, or maybe also when she killed herself. I don't want to trivialize this film exactly, but yeah, you could really pick any of those moments or any other moment in the film. The most enjoyed moment is probably those little endings at the end. Regardless of the fate of these main characters, it was just good to see her smile again. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yes, hope. Sure, this was the ultimate despair day, but don't let despair get over you. Films like these hold a legacy, just like Lilya, just like Danguele. The title ain't meaningless. Lilya is forever. And as long as we can look on these films and look back at life, we can try to make it better for others to live. Thanks for watching. Spooky out.